Hello everyone. I have been a bit busy lately. Went hiking again with friends and visited my family. I thought I'd get up and do some video this week because I'm going away again soon. This time abroad for 2 weeks. Let's say it's going to be a family vacation abroad, even though I'm taking my work equipment with me to work there, of course. I have an idea to do a series of illustration with the same character as last time. Maybe I will name this fairy character somehow. Let it be, I don't know. I can't come up with names. Maybe her working name is Cymbeline or Rosaline. The illustration will be related to each other, so I will get to work now. I will divide the video in 3 parts again because it works. I will start with a drawing. Today I finally moved everything to my tilt table. Last time I didn't feel like move my stuff, and after that there was a problem with the drawing. It didn't work out for me, so I don't make the same mistake again. Although I really don't want to have to change everything on my desk, my work equipment and things like notes and something to write with. I really wanted a chinchilla theme in this illustration. Let's say it's a continuation of my last watercolor work. Dr. Mouse suggested that Cymbeline the fairy should stay in the mouse village for a while, but Cymbeline is unable to walk alone, so help was sent to have someone move her there. She has an ankle injury and she is temporarily unable to fly until her wing regenerates. The chinchilla offered her help, but where is this chinchilla from? Maybe it escaped someone and lives with mice in the wild? Well, this will be an illustration of how a chinchilla helps to get to the mouse village. These flowers are supposed to be cornflowers. I will look for reference later to give them a real look. But they look more or less like this. This is the reason why I don't call my videos how to, because my drawings all look like this. I consider this drawing step only as a help, not as an essence of the whole thing. The most important are only the shapes and proportions. The rest, like the detail, are not important to me because I will deal with it using ink. I am used to fast work, and this stage is necessary for me to catch the perspective and proportions. I learned this by making comics. It's not really a good habit. If I am doing a drawing for comics or animation frame, I have to focus only on the most important thing. Because these media like comic and animation are very time consuming to create. I like to move forward and see results quickly. If this is your paid job, you'll think a little differently. How to make it easier, how to speed up work. The problem would be if these drawings were one of the stage of comic book production, where another person would be responsible for the ink. This is how it works in most comic production companies. So that's it for the drawing. The next step will be ink. I like that step because it's something that needs to be dealt with properly in my case. What a day! It's raining heavily while I'm working on the ink today. In general, the whole summer in Poland is very wet and cloudy. It doesn't particularly bother me. I rarely leave the house and I don't like the strong sun. I enjoy the nice weather through the window. Yeah, I sometimes go travel but not so often. Even though many people complain about such weather, it doesn't really matter to me. The plus of this is that there are a lot of regional fruits this year because of a lot of rain, and they are cheap. What can I do in such weather? Basically the same as always. I really have nothing to complain about. The next step is ink, so now I am going to try hard to make a nice line art with the nib. I moved to a flat table because I think I can handle the ink here. And that's also why I moved, because I can set up the camera with a top view. On my tilt table I can't do that well. You also need to choose a nib for drawing with ink. I choose one that is great at refining the detail. Even under pressure the line remains quite uniform. Unlike other nibs such as Type G, you have to work very careful with ink. Sometimes if you press the pen too hard, a thick drop of ink will drip, which is very difficult to fix on paper. I bought some nibs many years ago. The ones that work the longest are the ones I bought from Japan. It's that famous G nib plus a few others in the set. They really were great. I like the effect when you press the nib and you get different line thickness. I used to draw a lot in manga style, but switched to semi-realistic style. Drawing in multiple styles expands employment opportunities, so I recommend you to master different styles of drawing. Oh, I need my previous drawing next to it because I don't remember all the details of this character. Things like forehead height, hairstyle, wing length, etc. So now I'm finally dealing with the detail I didn't do with my sloppy drawing. Things like mushrooms, grass, flowers don't need so much attention in my case. It is known that they could be better if I made a more decent drawing, but I aim more at an unrealistic style, more simplified. It is a fairy tale themed illustration after all. This saved me some time now. I don't know what to do with the extra time. Any ideas? Now you can see what I do with the detail when I apply ink. Where I want something to give the impression of softness, I make delicate thin lines. And the details that I want to have a stronger outline, then I make a thick line. I thought I'd add dandelions to these cornflowers because they remind me of chinchillas. They are just as gentle and soft as these animals. If I am thinking right, cornflowers don't bloom when dandelions bloom. Some flowers bloom in spring, others in summer. But no matter, this is a fairy tale illustration, not some educational story about plants. In the end, you need to erase the drawing. It's a tedious process. It would be a pity to erase a nice drawing. That's why I draw so badly, so I don't break my heart. It's a very good excuse, don't you think so? Well, then I will improve the thickness of the line here and there. I will improve the detail, and that's it. I will be able to get to the watercolors now. I don't know what's better, ink or watercolors. I like both steps. It is very enjoyable. Well, I'm getting to watercolors today. We will see how it goes this time. Sometimes I see different techniques somewhere and I want to try something out. Right off the bat, I can say that I messed up a few things, but it wasn't anything that couldn't be fixed. It turns out that watercolors can also be fixed. Although it seemed to me that in the case of these paints it would be not so easy or even impossible to do. I tried it and it works, but I prefer not to make mistakes. By the way, thanks for all the subs I have gotten lately. I suppose most subscribers come to my channel from DeviantArt. So thanks and hello! I hope my videos aren't boring because I often talk about things related to art but also about things that have nothing to do with it at all. After all, this is a vlog/time-lapse painting video. So I talk about things that interest me or I personally experience. Even though DeviantArt is a site with a lot of problems and many users can't forgive DeviantArt for taking and without asking anyone using a database of all artists' work to let the AI train. For me, it's actually quite a pitiful move, but somehow I don't care. It's already happened, now what? What we are going to do with it? I will tell you what you can do, artists. Stop posting art on internet and organize exhibitions where people have to move and go see. Self-respecting artists do that, and I don't mean it maliciously because I publish stuff online for free too. If something is generally available in additionally for free, who will respect it? It is known that there is a large group of people who respect the work of artists, but there are also those who are satisfied with the generated AI image. Do you really think AI can compete with humans? I don't think so. All the illustrations I have seen so far created by AI, not only do they all look the same, but they also have such a terrible emptiness. I always distinguish the AI generated from human-made illustrations because something feels off about them. I'm telling you, the crappiest drawing on DeviantArt has more personality than an AI-created illustration. I noticed that many rendered works disappeared from DeviantArt and some artists deleted their entire galleries. Still, I think DeviantArt has the best community. I have never had any conflicts with anyone because I don't cause any either. Even if someone writes something weird to me, it doesn't bother me. The DeviantArt community seems to me to be most genuine than the other like Instagram or Facebook. These are people who really enjoy art and no matter on what level they are as artists, they enjoy it. Instagram and other communities seem less friendly to me, seem more about to be chasing the number of likes, followers, and catch the current algorithm. I am not interested in something like that. The Instagram interface itself makes me wanna puke. Whenever I see it, it's weird, but it is so. The interface is kind of geared towards mindless scrolling and watching different people work hard to get your attention for a millisecond. It's hilarious, but it's also very sad. I also like to collect someone's art on DeviantArt. Still allows you to collect art and sort it in folders. That's neat. You can view my collection anytime. Just look how nicely I sort everything myself. Oh, that order. You can even watch what other DeviantArt users collect. It gives me the opportunity to find more cool artists. This is a true art mine. Now back to my artwork. The choice of colors this time is quite abstract. I didn't know what to expect when I was making this blue shadow, but it looks pretty good, so unreal. I had a problem with the fairy face for a long time because it is much smaller than in my previous work, and now I had to be more careful. Despite this, I exaggerated the color on her face twice and later have to correct it off camera, but never mind. However, I really like how this very helpful chinchilla came out. This blue color is very flattering. Most chinchillas are gray, but this one is shiny like in Pokemon. I will just touch up the ink lines and it will be ready. Even at the end I thought to add flying dandelion seeds, but it turned out that my white ink was completely dry. But probably the paper would absorb all the white ink and nothing would be visible anyway, but would be worth trying. That would be a pretty cute idea with those dandelion seeds. So thanks for watching, it's done. Now I am going to play with my chinchillas. Have a nice week and see you soon.